What are we brewing today?
We're gonna brew, it's summertime.
It is summertime, it's hot out.
It is, and I've been kind of craving something that'd be good, like a summertime pale ale. Yeah, so water. We need water.
Cool, I'll get that.
All right. We're gonna do 7 gallons. We're brewing up a 5-gallon batch. We'll be mashing at 152 today, and we'll be using Nottingham yeast, English yeast. Kind of gives a little bit of fruity esters. We'll probably ferment it on the cooler side, so we'll try and limit those a little bit, but it dries it out pretty nice. It'll go well with the English pale malt. So while this is filling, gonna just get the element on, start preheating the strike water here. What do we say?
152.
152. We're gonna have to talk to our landlord about this water pressure.
We have a new studio.
We do have a new studio.
Yeah.
We have a new studio with lack of water pressure. I always like to turn the pump on, just so there's no hot spots. Just evenly heats it. And then we got a nice little mist tip on there. It just creates a nice spray pattern for when we're mashing. So that should work out really well. All right,
Okay.
So we got 6.5 pounds English pale malt
Okay.
and 2 1/4 pounds of Pilsner malt. And that's from a local maltster here in Asheville.
Maltster?
Malt
So they call
monster.
them? A malt monster?
Maltster. It is a Riverbend Malt House. I really want to go down there and check it out. And with this electric system, I don't overshoot my temperature, so I just set the mash temp to 152.
Okay.
We'll add the grains. They're probably gonna drop a couple degrees, but with the recirculation, it'll just bring it right back up in like 30 seconds. So
Okay.
otherwise, you could heat the water a little past it to like 154, 155
compensate for the
to
drop.
compensate for the drop. But this is how I do it.
Our system seems to work. So
Doesn't mean it's right, but it works. So. Well, she's finishing up there. I'm just going to turn the pump off. Mainly so we don't spill water everywhere. Close the ball valve. And then add our basket to make sure not to hit the element. And then you just try and get any dough balls. You can see one there. Just want to break those up. We're just going to pop the lid back on. And this is just a 60-minute mash at 152. So we will open the ball valve.
Set our timer.
Set our timer for 60 minutes. You can see we get a nice spray over the mash bed there.
So, what kind of hops are we using today?
We're using, for the brew day, we're using all Cascade. And then we're gonna dry hop with the Amarillo once fermentation is finished. The Cascade will be our kind of bittering hop and a little bit of aroma. And then the Amarillo will be the dry hop that'll give us a ton of aroma, very
Okay.
citrusy. So we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce for 60 minutes. Then we're gonna do 3/4 ounce at 30 and 3/4 ounce at flame out.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to measure those out now. Now we wait.
Yeah, and we got about
55 minutes left.
45 minutes left, so we can drink a beer.
Sounds good.
All right, we got some Westbrook One Claws. Like it's a rye pale, if I remember correctly. Yeah, rye pale ale.
Thank you.
Cameraman.
Oh, I like this can. It's cute.
I don't know anything about this brewery. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Do not like that.
You don't like that?
No. Thanks, Al. You like the sweetness? Too hoppy?
No.
What?
Yeah, too hoppy
It's not really hoppy.
or bitter.
It's that rye bitterness.
Do you like it? Emma?
I do. But I love
I mean,
Rye-
I would say
rye
that's
pale ale.
hoppy. I would say that's hoppy. You don't think it's hoppy?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hoppy. It's a little bitter.
Okay. We're just about to blow up.
My first sip was extremely creamy from that
Yeah, a lot
foamy
of
head.
body.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it.
I'm gonna take a few cans for him to be able to like really get the essence of like what it is and how it makes him feel.
I can see why you don't like it knowing what you like.
Right. It kind of tastes like one of those beers that I drink 4 of on the beach. Just thinking like, nah, not a big deal, man. I'd be hammered.
And then you stand up and you fall over into the sand.
Well, let's finish these beers and wait for the mash to finish.
Okay, sounds good.
The mash is done. It's been 60 minutes, so we're gonna turn the pump off.
Okay.
I always like to close this ball valve, just in case there's spillage. Then we're just gonna pull our strainer out.
Alright. So now we're gonna drain it.
Yep, we'll let that drain. And what I'm gonna do is just set the controller to 100% of power.
So get it boiling.
Yeah, to get it boiling.
Okay, great.
And then we'll be good to go. I always like to let the basket sit for 5-10 minutes, let it drain out. It's pretty well drained. And then I'm just gonna move it to the sink, let it cool off, and then you can throw it in your compost bin. If you don't have access to compost, you can throw it in the trash.
Do not put it down the garbage disposal.
Do not put it down in the garbage disposal.
That's something you don't do.
All right,
Play violently.
we are boiling, so let's do our 60-minute edition.
You hop in.
And then we're going to take a pre-boil gravity. You want to let it cool down. Most of these have auto temperature, correct? But you gotta, I think be below 85, somewhere in that ballpark.
So this was taken out
86.
before it boiled.
Yeah. This is best sitting at room
68
temperature.
is ideal, but temp corrects up to 86.
Okay, so we're probably at room temperature, 72, 74.
Okay.
So we're just gonna coat her. Pop down the little lid. And we're probably 1042.
What should it be at? What's the ideal?
We're a little high.
Okay.
I need to mess with my beer smith settings. I think we'll be alright. I think we're gonna pull through, guys.
We'll survive. So let this go for 30 minutes. We'll
Yep.
add our second hops.
Yep, exactly.
Sounds good.
Got our 6-gallon fermenter.
Okay.
We're just gonna go ahead and sanitize it. So just throw some Star San in there.
Good old trusty Star San.
And then we'll just add some water, get it sanitized.
Water in there. Swish her around. Star San. Alright, so we're doing 3/4 of an ounce.
Yep.
Top edition right here. Just gonna toss it in the basket. And let it keep cooking.
So we're at the flame out edition. Turn the element off.
Got our 3/4 ounce hops final flame out edition
Perfect.
going in. There we go.
And this would be the stage that we would use our wort chiller to chill our wort and
Uh-huh.
pitch yeast.
However,
However, we had an issue with our wort chiller, so we're just gonna do a no chill method overnight.
old fashioned way.
Yeah, we're just gonna put the lid on it and let it chill overnight, and then we will come in the morning and put it into the fermenter and pitch the yeast at that point. So it'll
Sounds
make
good.
beer. It'll
It'll
be
do it.
fine. It's one of those things. It's homebrew. Can't take it too serious, and it'll probably come out delicious. So. All right, so we let the beer cool overnight, and it's just been too warm. So I got the wort chiller sorted out. I just need to get some fittings for it. So that's all set up. Wort in, wort out, thermometer so you can see your temperatures. Cold water out, cold water in. So I'm going to turn the cooling water on, and we should be good to go. once it's in, we'll pitch the yeast. Nottingham, they always say to rehydrate it. I never do. Works fine. You could follow the directions and rehydrate it, but we're just going to toss it in and go from there. We're right at 1050, right on the nose. Final gravity is supposed to be 1042, so we're a little bit high. I need to adjust a few settings in Beersmith. It should just be a pretty standard pale ale, kind of more maybe an old school. We'll let this ferment for a week or so, and then we're going to dry hop it for 3 days or so with Amarillo, and then we'll get it in a keg. So it should be good.
Talk about a studio.
Well, we got a studio. Oh no, we got an office finally.
Yes.
/ studio.
It's air conditioned.
It's air conditioned.
You like that?
There's a futon for mid-afternoon naps, post-beer naps,
Some basic pillows.
post-phone call naps.
Flat screen TV.
Yeah, TV for watching YouTube vids. We'll be doing a kegerator build, which should be pretty fun. We're thinking putting a chest freezer in the other side of that wall, which is a huge bathroom, and then putting some taps coming out of here. I think that'd be a really fun build. It'd be nice to just have access to the taps there. Only other thing I really need is an arcade machine. I've been talking to some folks in Tennessee that do some custom builds. So, you play your cards right, you can play any black.
I'll play. I'm
Forget-
lucky.